right, y'all. Welcome back
to Tennessee Tuesday.
Episode number
21.
21. Okay, so we had a couple weeks there where we didn't have episodes to go out. And I was really I'm really bummed on it all because this was like a consistency thing and we were going really good. We had 20 weeks straight and then we had some issues with uploading and the podcasting side of things and just a whole lot that will bore everybody else. But regardless, we're getting this episode up and going because I think we found a fix to it all. And vlogs are up and running.
Hopefully we'll be back on track.
We're good. So we're back. Yeah, 21. It's fall. It's definitely fall in Tennessee right now. Temps are cold.
They're cold in the morning.
Colder.
And they're very nice during the day. And then they drop off to chilly in the evening. Which you can open your windows pretty much all day long because you're not getting like in the 80s or
my
90s.
favorite part because the air doesn't run, the furnace doesn't run, nothing like.
So we just open the windows in the bedroom and in the kitchen and the family room and air out the house.
You just roll with it as long as you can because sooner or later.
We cannot open the screen doors though because we have these lovely stink bugs that drive me nuts.
They smell like cilantro once you smash them.
Oh, you don't even, if they're on your mop and you put them in hot water, they die, and then your sink smells like cilantro. It's lovely.
Sounds like experience, like you had that happen.
Yes, I just did that the other day.
Oh, all right. Well, so yeah, fall is here. Lots of stuff going on, so it's exciting. There's a lot of things going back and forth, and this was one of my favorite things I want to talk about was the Tennessee license plate controversy.
Mind you, I had no clue there was controversy over this.
So I feel like people just find anything nowadays to get upset and like cause a big ruckus over nothing. When it's actually really something simple and makes a lot of sense to me just from a common sense side. So let me catch you up. So the debate isn't really so much like what the plate looks like the aesthetics of the plate or like the designs or anything. It comes down to the "In God We Trust,"
which seems pretty lame.
So Tennessee has two plate options. When you go to driver services, they'll ask you. They'll say, "Hey, do you want option 1 with "In God We Trust" on it, or do you want option 2 with nothing?" Right? So you have the option of the two plates. We're one of many states that do it. There are multiple states that have the "In God We Trust" on it. I don't know if it's like an option thing, but I know many states have "In God We Trust" on their plates. It is the country's motto, "In God We Trust."
And it so happens to be Tennessee gives you an option.
Which it shouldn't be an option. It should just naturally be on there. And if you don't like it, well, you can ask for it not to be on there, in my opinion. But there's some controversy going about the plates, the two different types. So Tennessee designed the plate in two variants. One version has the words "In God We Trust" over the state symbol, and it has it's a circle with 3 stars representing the 3 grand divisions. So the 3 grand divisions are West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee. So they ask you, which plate would you like, with or without "In God We Trust"? So, like I said, it's the country's motto. So, I mean...
It's a state motto.
It's a state, like, whatever. You don't like it, tough titty, little kitty. Like, move on. Like, say you don't want it, okay? So no one's being, like, forced to display "In God's We Trust."
And I don't get why people are making such a big deal about that.
Well, funny you ask. So the controversy comes in the plate design. So we have a couple plates here. So this is the old plate. This is what it looked like. So this has been around. I think they change plates every 8 to 10 years, someone said. So this was ready for retirement. So the white plate with the green mountain range looks awesome. Obviously, if you have a personalized plate now, like this, you don't have "In God We Trust" anywhere on there because you give that up when you get the personalized plate. So now the new plate looks like this. So that's what the new plate looks like. And you got this little symbol in the middle right here, and it says "In God We Trust" on here, right? So if you want the plate that doesn't have it, it's not going to say that there. It's still going to have this there, though, right? So the "In God We Trust" plates, though, start with numbers, right? So you have 3 numbers in the front of the "In God We Trust" plates.
Then followed by letters.
The other plates, which I don't have one of because all of ours say "In God We Trust," would have letters in the front and then the numbers in the back. So people are saying they're being profiled by their license plate. So like they're saying law enforcement can tell from a distance. They can judge someone based off their religious beliefs, they're saying.
I don't know how anyone could figure out someone's religious beliefs by the license plate saying, "In God we trust."
Well, because if you have "In God we trust" on there, you're obviously religious, I guess.
So how... That doesn't mean anything.
So law enforcement is going to identify you by that. They're going to be,
so they're going to be like, "You're a good person."
Well, maybe there's someone that, you know, is atheist, or they don't like religious people, or they're going to target them based on that.
I don't think that's the case.
They're not going to target them based on their shitty driving.
No.
They're going to target them based on their license plate, which that is another thing we could talk about here is the driving in Tennessee.
I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's probably you did something that you were not supposed to do, and you're being pulled over for it.
Some people seem to think you're wrong, and it's strictly off the license plate.
Then maybe they should fix their driving skills.
So,
just saying.
So, is law enforcement strictly targeting one or the other? We have a couple friends that are in law enforcement, so I'm going to ask them, be like, do you ever look at the license plate? Is that the first thing that pops in your mind is looking at the lettering or numbering?
If Matt would have never brought this to the podcast today, I probably would have never noticed it. But I actually don't think when I'm driving, I'm still going to notice if there's numbers or letters. You're going to
start seeing it now.
I will probably look for it now just because we're talking about this.
Because you say we never see red cars in Tennessee, and then all of a sudden you'll see red cars. Or you never see a smart car, all of a sudden you see smart cars.
I don't think it really matters. I'm going to ask Taylor if Nick has "In God We Trust" on his license plate. If not, I'm going to have him send me a picture so I can look at it tonight.
Most people don't care. But there are a bunch of people that are worried now that it's going to cause profiling. And I mean, it's like the people that cover up their license plate online, which is like the biggest pet peeve of mine is when someone like blurs out their license plate or like sees a picture of a car and they try to put their finger over the license plate so you can't see their license plate. There is nothing on the internet that you can find out based off a license plate.
I was going to say
you could go to the DMV and you could find some like very small like information, but you have to go through steps first to get that information.
But I don't think the DMV is just randomly going to give Joe Schmo someone else's information.
No. And there's no background check that you can find off of a license plate. Like maybe it would pull up a VIN number, which maybe you could get like recall information for, but you're not going to get addresses. You're not going to be traced back anything based off of your license plate
on your car.
There's no way it's happening.
And first off, I could take a picture driving down the highway of your license plate, and I'm still not going to get any information off of it.
Well, exactly. So if you're that worried about it and you're blurring it out online or like covering it up, like why drive anywhere?
Yeah,
like, I hope you're covering it up when you're at the like store. Like you put a little like placard over it so no one can see it, or because God, my goodness, forbid someone gets your license plate number. There's like a driver's privacy protection act too.
I just think people have nothing to complain about right now, so they'll find anything to complain about, and this is the next best thing to complain.
Welcome to America, where we make up things to complain about because we have things so good that we have to make up things to complain about.
Why don't people just go about their everyday life and quit complaining? They may have a better life if they could quit complaining about license plates.
Because they're targeting us, honey. We're being targeted.
I don't seem to think this is the case.
So as it turns out,
this stupid.
40% have picked the standard plate and 60% have picked the "In God's We Trust" over the 3 million plus plates that have been issued so far. So you get these new plates when your registration is up. So you will still see cars with the green and white plate rolling around, but it's just because their registration is not due yet. And of the 95 counties in Tennessee, I found this very interesting, actually. Blount County comes all the way in at number 94.
So 94...
or 84, I'm sorry. Of the 95 counties, Blount County comes in all the way at 84th place, with only 54.5% of people picking the "In God We Trust" plate. At number 88 is Knox, with only 48%. At number 94 is Shelby, which is Memphis.
Yeah.
Only 27%. And of course you have Davidson out there in Nashville. ain't nobody loving God out there, because there's only 13% of people picking In God We Trust out there.
That's interesting.
So Blount County's right there in the back, like 10% of not picking In God We Trust, almost at a 50-50. But every other county in Tennessee is, backing that In God We Trust, which is really cool. But I just found it interesting that Blount was that way. So that kind of a sign of telling you where Blount County is headed, I think, personally. Yeah. But like we said, if it really bothers you, get a personalized plate, and you don't have to worry about it. So like a personalized plate is $59
a year,
I think, because registration is $29, and then it's $30 to add on to it, and you can get a personalized plate, whatever you want. And then there's like over 100 plates to choose from.
There's so many designs.
Like you could do St. Jude, you could do Dollywood, you could do
fishing, hunting,
pets,
the Smokies,
like Wounded Warrior, like just tons of stuff if you want to get personalized plates. But I thought it was funny. Just not everything has to have a controversy these days, but for some reason,
especially license plates, this seems so cheesy that people are just finding anything to start an argument about.
Again, it's first world problems. We have life so good that we have to make up things to.
If I'm going to complain about anything or start controversy, it might be over the gas prices. Definitely not a license plate.
Yeah, but that's Russia's fault.
Yeah.
So
it's not.
Anyways, we'll leave it at that. So that is it from East Tennessee, y'all. Thank you for being here and putting up with us, and those of you that are still around, and sorry for the pause again, but everything TennesseeTuesdays.com, as well as all the social handles. Give us a like, share, review. Anything
Have
else?
a good night, everyone.
That's it. I guess she's done. She doesn't want to talk anymore.
I don't have anything else to say.
Are you just mind blown right now?
Yes, and mind blown because I have no paper to play with tonight.
Yeah, I didn't give her a paper on purpose. So, all right, that's it from me. So see you all.